What's up, guys? This is Corey Margera here, and today, this afternoon, I'm going to be doing my DVD collection. The light is kind of, but I'm going to be doing my DVD collection. This first part is only going to be live action movies. That's it. It's not going to be like animated movies or anime or TV shows that I have on DVD. I'm not doing that in this video yet. This is just my live action movies only. From comedy to action to martial arts, horror movies. These are my live action. This is my live action DVD collection. That's basically it. Just film wise, live action film wise. Let me get started. Might as well kind of start off with the comedy, I guess. This is Clerks, one of my favorite movies of all time. Very funny movie, very relatable movie. It's really cool with Dante, Randy, Kevin Smith. He has a cameo in it as, one of the drug dealers. It's a really cool movie. It's in black and white though, so if you're not into black and white movies, film, I wouldn't recommend it, but I say give it a chance if you're into some really good comedy, really good relatable film too. It's really relatable for anybody growing up in their their early 20s, late teens. It's a very funny movie. It's really good too, and it kind of has like a little serious side to it too. It's not just funny, it actually has like a real serious side to it too. Dante is kind of like, the everyman, the relatable guy. Randy's a dumbass, but, he's funny. But yeah, I recommend watching it. I don't want to spoil it for you. One of my personal favorite Kevin Smith movies. Good movie. Next we have Clerks 2. I kind of like this one better than the first movie. In a way, I like them both. I think they're both. I think they both really, they're both really funny. A lot of people hate this movie, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny. Basically, long story short, Randy, he basically burns down the convenience store along with the video rental store. Well, I don't want to spoil it for you. So if you haven't seen the first movie, yeah, but it's really funny. Jay and Silent Rob return. The drug dealers from the first movie. Kevin Smith has a cameo as the drug dealers. So it's cool. Rosario Dawson. She was actually, I've seen her in a few movies. She's really good in this film. She's not funny. She's just there to kind of look cute and be a likable female character. So it's good. I recommend it. It's really funny. It's got some really again, I don't want to spoil it, but the part where they're trying to I don't want to spoil it for you, but basically just know someone's going to be molesting and fucking a horse, literally. So yeah, it's a pretty gnarly movie. Good movie. I didn't like the ending though. The ending, if I was Dante, I would have moved with that chick to Florida. That's all I'm gonna say. That's just me personally. But it was a good movie. Next we have Elf with Will Ferrell. One of my favorite Will Ferrell movies, films, comedies, whatever you want to fucking call it. This is really good. If you haven't seen Elf, definitely recommend it. This is Will Ferrell at one of his best. I mean, Will Ferrell is just one of my favorite comedians of all time, right next to Jim Carrey. He's right up there with Jim Carrey. He's really hilarious in this movie. He's raised by elves and Santa, and he goes to New York City to meet his biological father, and he's a douchebag, but just like most New Yorkers are. But it's a good movie. I definitely recommend it. A great family film. Great family Christmas film. Next, I have The Campaign here. This is a really good one too. Basically, Will Ferrell again. He literally steals every movie he's in. He literally, even if he's in a bad movie, like Step Brothers, which I didn't care for, or even Blades of Glory, which I wasn't a huge fan of. But he, like, literally, if he's in a movie, it's worth watching just because he's that charismatic and fucking. I mean, this movie was pretty good too. I mean, it wasn't a great comedy, but it was really funny. He basically plays this douchebag politician. He's trying to do anything to like get the vote away from Zach. I can't pronounce his name, but he's from the Hangover movies. The short, fat, Jesus-looking dude. He's in it too. So, great comedy. I would rent it. I wouldn't buy it. I'd say it's a good rental, or Netflix. If it's on Netflix, check it out. Next, we have Anchorman 2, and I used to have Anchorman 1, but I can't find it, so long story short, I have this movie. Pretty funny movie. Again, Will Ferrell, he's gold. He's just literally Steve Carell. Basically, it takes place years after the first movie, where, Will Ferrell is, long story short, because I'm kind of like, I'm tired today. I'm really fucking tired making this video after work. But, he basically gets a new gig as a anchor at New York, and he tries to get the crew together after they pretty much broke up. He's trying to get back at his wife because he's jealous of her success, so it's funny. It's a really funny movie. And the fight scene at the end with they have Jim Carrey, Kanye West, Will Smith, a whole bunch of people going all out at it. It's kind of like the first movie with Vince Vaughn, where he was jealous of Ron Burgundy's success because they were the highest rated news team. But it's kind of like that, but it's taken up a notch. Next movie here is Ready to Rumble. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. This movie is hilarious. This movie is fucking awesome. This movie is the shit. This movie is one of my favorite wrestling movies. It's my favorite wrestling movie, period. David Arquette steals the show. I don't give a shit. Yeah, he fucked up the WCW title. Yes, that was stupid. But that does not take away the fact that this was a great comedy. It's hilarious. They try to meet this jabroni, fucking Jimmy King, played by Oliver Platt. And they're trying to get him to get him back into WCW. This is before WCW went out of business. If you're into wrestling and really crazy comedy duo movies, I recommend it. Don't listen to the faggots that tell you it's a bad movie because David Arquette became WCW champion. I definitely recommend it. It's funny as shit. Purge Anarchy. Great movie. Really great movie. Way better than the first movie. Much more intense. A lot more action. They actually explain, why the government, wants the purge to continue on and how the government is behind it. And, basically, it's like an all-out war. It's literally, this concept would be great for, a Batman movie. If, for one night, all the villains in, Batman, Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, whatever, had their free reign. And Batman had to try to protect them. And one of the main protagonists of this movie, he looks just like the Punisher. The guy who is basically trying to get revenge for the death of his son. He looks just like the Punisher. He could play him in a live action Punisher movie. Anyway, it's a great movie if you're into action and that type of shit. What if all crime was legal for a day or whatever. Check it out. It's really intense. A lot of great action. Dumb and Dumber 2. Fucking hilarious. Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels steal the show. I don't give a shit what anyone says. It's just as funny as the first one. Just as funny. I don't know which one is better. This one or the first one. But I love both of them. So if you're into comedy duo movies, really crazy movies like that, Definitely recommend it. Both of them. I definitely recommend both movies. Both hilarious as shit. Next, we got Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Funny movie. I like all three of them, but this is my favorite out of the whole series. Mostly because I love White Castle too. So, yeah, White Castle and pizza are like my favorite fucking foods. So, this is really funny ass movie. Again, if you're into like stoner comedies and stuff like that, check it out. Neil Patrick Harris, he's in all three movies, but I think he's really funny in this movie because it's like his character is so exaggerated. But yeah, actually no, I take that back. His cameo in the third movie was the funniest because he was literally pretending to be gay like he is in real life, and then he became like this pervert. But I recommend all three movies, but especially this one. This is the funniest one, my favorite one. Check it out if you haven't already. The original Scary Movie. And no, I'm not a fan of the trilogy. I love this movie, and I love the second movie, Scary Movie 2. Those were the best. This is my favorite, though, because this was just... I remember seeing this. There was a commercial of this back in 2000 when I was like 12 years old. And it was like right during WWF SmackDown. And like they showed like a commercial for this movie, and I was like, holy shit, this movie looks hilarious, and it is. Still to this day, it's fucking hilarious. My favorite scary movie. Favorite scary movie film. Out of all the entire trilogy, and I don't give a shit about anything after 2. This and 2 are the best. I don't care what anyone says. Dude, Where's My Car? Another really cool dude bro comedy duo type movie. Very funny. Ashton Kutcher and Seann William Scott do a great job in this movie. Very funny. The Continuum Transfunctioner is just fucking... These guys are like... I don't want to compare them to Beavis and Butthead, but these guys are just like so stupid. They are like literally... They are lucky as hell to get like those fucking hot ass chicks there. But long story short, great movie. Check it out. Great comedy. Next, we're going to be starting off with the action. This is Blade, and yeah, you can see Mortal Kombat. We'll get to that later. Favorite Wesley Snipes movie. Best, next to Spawn, Blade is the best black superhero. I don't give a shit about Static. I don't give a shit about anybody. I mean, I like Cyborg and I like War Machine, but Blade and Spawn are the best black superheroes ever. Anti-heroes, whatever you want to call them. Best in the Blade series too. I love this one. Blade 2 is okay. Blade Trinity, I really only liked for that final scene with him, Blade versus Drake, because Drake's CGI looked badass in the third movie, Blade Trinity. But this is my favorite out of the entire series. Definitely check it out. It's one of my favorite childhood movies too. Remember first seeing this in the movie theater when I was like 10 years old. And this was like one of my first rated R movies. And it's a great movie. I had no idea it was based off of a comic book. Literally until like a few years later when I went to high school. I was like, what? Blade's actually a comic book character? Holy shit. I mean, who would have knew? But excellent movie. Favorite Wesley Snipes movie. Great movie. Great cinematography for back in 1998 too. Great graphics, CGI. I mean, it doesn't look that great today, but for the time, it was really, really fucking amazing. Halloween, the Rob Zombie remake. I know a lot of people hate this movie. I personally enjoy it. I think it's a great movie. Great horror movie. I like how it goes deep into why Michael Myers became a serial killer and why he decided to kill his family instead of like the John Carpenter film when, he just basically kills him for like no reason. We don't know why. It's kind of like this weird demonic. And in this movie, they actually go into detail of why he becomes a killer. And I kind of like that better. I do like that better. So, I prefer this movie over the John Carpenter film. Yeah, sue me. I don't give a fuck. Terminator 2, and of course the first Terminator 1. Um, these are really cool movies. The first one is very underrated. Second one is definitely the more popular, more popular of the series. But yeah, it's basically, I'm sorry, I'm tired. But yeah, if you're a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan and you like really action movies, you know, I remember as a kid thinking like this was like the live action Metallo movie, because I kind of watched Superman for a little bit before I got into Terminator. And I'm not a huge Superman fan, by the way, but I do love Metallo and Doomsday. And Metallo is one of my favorite Superman villains. And, you know, this movie, I thought it was like a live action Metallo movie when I first saw it. But yeah, it's really badass, you know. Definitely, if you're a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, check him out. Both great movies, even though they couldn't prevent Judgment Day from happening, obviously with all the sequels. But yeah, great action movie. Huge Jet Li fan right here, so this is one of my favorite Jet Li movies, Kiss of the Dragon. Not the best Jet Li movie, but it's pretty good. A lot of great action. This and Romeo Must Die were like my first Jet Li movies. So, well, actually no, Lethal Weapon 4 was my first Jet Li movie. And when I saw that movie, I was just like, holy shit, Jet Li is so fucking badass. Because prior to that, I only knew about Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. And Bruce Lee was the man. And personally, I want to see Bruce Lee versus Jet Li in a fight to the death. That would be fucking brutal. Even though Bruce Lee would probably win, but still, this would be a hell of a fight. As for the movie, it's okay. Bridget Fonda, she's kind of like I don't know what you would call it. Jet Li is basically trying to save her and her daughter from this douchebag in France. Long story short, the story is not that great, but the fight scenes are excellent. Fight scenes are amazing. Very underrated independent movie right here. If you have not seen this movie, definitely check it out. This is a weird, fucked up horror film. Like, basically, long story short, these two guys who are best friends find this abandoned mental hospital, and you know, one of the friends is a sick, fucked up bastard. He tries to fuck a dead body, who's actually more like a zombie, if anything. But it's a good movie. Don't ignore the guy fucking a dead person. Watch the movie. Trust me, watch the movie. It's a really freaky, fucked up movie. I'm not going to tell you all the details. Just, I guarantee you, you will not be the same after you watch this film. Trust me. It's a crazy flick. It's really good though. It's really interesting. Watch it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Amusement. This movie is okay. I first got it because I thought it was going to be like a really cool clown movie. Horror clown movie. And I really love like killer clown movies, with the exception of It. I hate It. I hate fucking Tim Curry. Tim Curry sucks. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. This movie is actually not a horror clown film. So yeah, the don't judge a book by its cover is completely irrelevant in this. This movie is actually about three chicks who were friends when they were girls. They each have their own different lives now. They haven't kept in contact. But the guy who is playing the clown in one of them, the guy he dresses up like a clown. He's like a master of disguise. He's a really fucked up, sick bastard. He basically tries to get revenge on the three chicks because they don't find him funny. Because he's a sick bastard. He literally loves making like sick jokes and stuff. But it's a weird movie. It's a cool movie. Not the best, but definitely something that I would recommend. It's definitely a rental. If you find it on Netflix, watch it. It is a good, like, if you're bored one night and you want to watch a good horror flick, definitely check it out. Killzone with Donnie Yen. If you like Donnie Yen, watch it. Excellent movie. I'm trying to really get quick because I got a lot of films here. I'm going to be here all day. I might even make a part 2 to this because I had no idea I was going to go to 20 minutes trying to like analyze every video, every DVD here. But yeah, if you're a fan of Donnie Yen, if you like martial arts flicks, basically they're trying to take down this crime lord named Juan Po. He's that fat guy on the right hand side on the top. He's a corrupt bastard. The cops on the bottom here, all the 5 cops on the bottom, they're corrupt. With the exception of the dude with the sunglasses, that's obviously Donnie Yen's character. And I honestly don't. I hate corrupt cops, but I'm on their side in this film because Juan Po is a bastard. I was actually hoping that they would, like, even if they were trying to like bend the rules a bit, just to take his ass down. I was actually rooting for them. But Donnie Yen he's awesome in this film. If you've seen Donnie Yen fight, yeah, watch it. Trust me, it's good. You'll see. Trust me, watch it. And, I'm going to do a part 2 to this because I have a whole shitload of other DVDs. So, yeah, I'm going to do a part 2.